Okay, got it. All right, yeah. So tonight's about dishes that are easy, easy recipes that you can create just with what's in your pantry. We're in lockdown, so we thought, people don't want to be going to the shops as often. So let's have a look at some meals that you can create just, with normally what you would have at home. So we're going to start off with Ilham, who's going to show us how to make a Mediterranean chicken wings with a herb orange rice. Now, it sounds really fancy schmancy, but it's actually quite easy, very simple ingredients. I'm actually going to show you a foreign dish, which is in Portuguese, actually. If you guys don't know, I'm Portuguese, and this was a recipe that I grew up with. So I thought, and it's very simple. It is in Portuguese, but I will send you the translated version as well. But we're also going to show you how you can translate recipes on your Thermomix screen as well. A really easy way to do it. And Elia is a pro at this, and so she'll be able to show that for you. Helen's going to show us how to make Tuna Mornay, which is a family favorite in her house. Elia, Quiche Lorraine. So again, just how to do pastry if you haven't tried pastry yet. Thanks, Susan. So we're going to be talking a bit about that as well. And Tina is going to show us how to make gnocchi. So get excited for that, because I've never made gnocchi. And so if you've never made it before, you're actually going to learn from the best. So we're really excited. I'm really excited with this lineup. So we are going to get started, and we're going to start with Ilham with a Mediterranean chicken. So over to you, Ilham.
Hi, everybody. Good evening. And so I'm doing the Mediterranean chicken wings. So the first step is to actually preheat my oven, which I've already done to 180 degrees. And then the next step I've already done too, is just to put in a bowl 2 tablespoons of sweet paprika, 1 tablespoon of herbs de Provence, which is pretty much just, I'll just tell you what it is, what it consists of, because I highly doubt you can find it in Australia. I think it's a French combination of herbs. So you can just make it yourself, which is a combination of marjoram, rosemary, thyme, oregano, and savory. Melanie, are you okay? Melanie said something, I'm not sure.
I think she was off mute accidentally. Oh, okay. So yeah, that's right. Okay.
And then, sorry, I was making caramel.
And then 1.5 tablespoons of salt, 3/4 teaspoon of, teaspoon, not 1.5 tablespoons, 1.5 teaspoon of salt, a 3/4 teaspoon of ground white pepper, and we just put it aside in a bowl like this. Okay, so now I'm going to put 2 garlic cloves in my bowl. Oops, next, just 1/2 to 1 fresh chili. You can use dried chili if you've got that in your pantry instead of fresh. So just dried chili flakes, you can do that too. But that's what I have, so that's what I'm using today.
Ilham, I had a chili tree that went absolutely crazy, and I froze them all. So when I need it, I just pop it in frozen as well. Yeah,
exactly. So that's what I have too. And so I just use that. But if you don't have chili, or you don't have a chili plant, then just use dried chili flakes, and that will work too. And then I've got just lemon zest. Just make sure when you're peeling it, you don't add the white pith, and that goes in next. So that's 2 teaspoons of lemon zest. And right now, lemons are, we've got a lemon tree, so it's going crazy. I don't know if anybody else has lemons or whatever, but yeah, just use what you have. So that is chopping for on speed 8 for a few seconds, and it's telling me to scrape down the bowl. I'll just show you what it looks like. Look at that. In a few seconds, all of that chopped up. Okay, so I'm just scraping down the bowl. Now you can, what it wants you to do is actually do this step again, but I feel like that is enough, like it's grounded up enough. So what it does is actually goes and does that same step again, just to make sure that it's completely chopped up, but I feel like that's enough. So I'm just going to skip that step. And then it tells me to mix it up. It tells me to mix that with that, and then just to add it to my chicken, which is what I'm going to do right now. So I've got my chicken ready to go. Can you see that? And I'm just going to put it all together. In the bowl, in the dish with the chicken, because that's going to go straight in the oven and it's going to cook for 20 minutes while I do the rice step. Okay, I'm just going to put that all together and I'll mix it up and I'll show you. Mix this. Okay, so we'll just put that all, make sure it's spread nicely all over your chicken, so you've got it on both sides. Make sure you've got the chili and the lemon going to, I better wash my hands and not touch my eyes because now I'm actually mixing it all in like this. Yep. Over the chicken. Perfect. Okay, so now it says to, yeah, it's already, I've already done that. Let me just wash my hands. Give me 1 second.
Sequencing and source.
Okay, so I've done that. It's going to bake in the oven for 15 minutes. And then we've got to prepare the herb orange rice. So perfect. We don't have to wash the bowl. Bowl goes back in on the Thermomix. Tells us to add 50 grams of onion. And who has, I mean, I'm not going to just use 50 grams of onion. So I'm just going to use the smallest onion I have. And I think this is about 90 grams, which is fine. So that's what I've got. Yep. Next, 1 garlic clove. Next, 2 sprigs of fresh rosemary. Now I do have rosemary growing in the backyard, but if you have dried rosemary, just use the dried rosemary herbs. Whatever you have in your pantry, use that. Next, and then your 2 sprigs of oregano leaves. Now I don't have oregano, so I'll be using dried oregano. And so 2 sprigs of dried oregano is actually equivalent to 1 teaspoon of, 2 sprigs of fresh oregano is equivalent to 1 teaspoon of dried oregano. So, and likewise with the rosemary, 2 sprigs of rosemary, fresh rosemary is 1 teaspoon of dried rosemary. Okay, next. And so we're just going to chop that up. Telling you to put the lid on. And 3 seconds on speed 8. I'll just put this in the oven. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Now telling me to scrape down the bowl. Before I do that, I'll show you what it looks like. Yeah. Scrape it all down. And then it's telling me to insert the lid again. And it's going to chop it again for 3 seconds on speed 8. Next, we're adding the 15 grams of olive oil. Make sure I tear the scales. So 15 grams. Oh, I've gone over, so I'm looking at the screen instead of. Good. Next. So that's going to go cook for 3 minutes at 120 degrees on speed 1. So Sandra, did you want to see have someone else go for 3 minutes or talk for 3 minutes?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I can start on my dish. So I'm going to start that Portuguese dish that I was talking about. It's called ervilhas com ovos escalfados. Now, loosely translated, it's just peas with eggs and chorizo. Okay, so this I could probably translate it in the nicer way, but really it's just peas, eggs, and chorizo, but really yummy and really easy. We'll show you later on how you can translate recipes whilst they're on the screen with your phone. Elia's really good at this, so she'll be able to show you. So the first thing we do with this recipe, because whilst it's cooking the peas, it's going to steam eggs. So I've already got them here. I've got these like little cupcake silicone cups, and I've just cracked an egg in there, and then just fresh salt. What do you call it? Salt and pepper on top, and that's going to steam whilst we cook the chickpeas. All right. So I'll put that pop that aside, and we'll continue with the recipe, because the first part of the recipe really is just telling you how to do that. So the first thing we're going to add is some onion. So it says 150 grams, but I never weigh onion. I just put in what it is. Garlic clove, I'm going to put 2. And we're going to put 150 grams of tomato. Now, you can use passata, you can use fresh tomato. I've just got a tin. And I'll put 150. And then 30 grams of some olive oil. Okay. So 30 grams in there. Perfect. And now we're going to blend this until it's smooth. So 15 seconds on speed 7. So this is so you get a nice smooth sauce. It's not, chunky. And then you don't do anything. You don't even need to scrape down the sides of the bowl, but that's what we ended up with. So there's no chunks of onion or garlic or anything like that. And we're going to saute it for 5 minutes on 120 degrees on speed 1. And then we're going to add our chickpeas, our chorizo, and in that sauce, and some white wine, which is here. And so I can continue that after we finish with Ilham. Are you ready for your next step, Ilham?
Perfect timing. It's actually, we've got 14 seconds to go, but that's fine. I'll just stop it anyway because it looks good. Okay, so I'll show you what it looks like. And I've got to transfer it into a little container. Okay, so I'm just putting it in this little container. And then what we're going to do is actually add this to the rice when the rice is cooking, so it will flavor the rice. Okay, so the next step, I'll show you what it looks like. The next step, I think they're right. I think I'm not spotlighted, so they might not be seeing me on the screen. I don't know what's going on tonight. Sandra. So
I'm seeing you on the big screen, Ilham. You are on the big screen, yeah. So maybe it's just your device.
Maybe it's just mine. I don't know what's going on. It's my laptop, but yeah. So we're gonna add. I've cleaned the bowl. I put the ingredients in the bowl, and then I'm going to add a liter of water. Okay, and then it's just 1.5 teaspoons of salt. I'll just estimate that. Yeah, so that's about 1.5 teaspoons of salt. And then I've already rinsed my rice earlier, and that's 200 grams of rice. So what they're asking me to do is put the simmering basket in the bowl, and then to add the rice, which I've already done. And then it wants us to pour this mixture back over the rice and mix it through the rice. So that's what I'm doing now. And then we put the lid on. And then that's going to cook for 20 minutes at 100 degrees on speed 4. But then while that's cooking, I'm going to turn the heat up of the chicken that it was on 180 degrees. It goes up for to 200 degrees for another 15 to 20 minutes. So by the time the rice is done, the chicken will be done too. And that's my dish. And I'll show you the dish at the end of the when everything's cooked.
Awesome. Thanks, Ilham. Again, perfect timing because this only has a little bit to go, so I can stop it because it's not going to make a difference to the dish. So, so that just cook that a little bit. So that beautiful sauce that's going to cook our baby peas and everything else. So we're going to add 200 grams of chorizo that I've just cut up like that. So I'm not exactly sure how much I have here. I've got over, but it doesn't matter. The more the better with chorizo. And now that would cook it for 3 minutes. So I'm going to speed up the process a bit because it really turns out the same anyway. So now I'm going to add 1 kilo of frozen peas. So into the bowl. Okay, 1 whole kilo. So this makes a lot. It really makes a lot, especially when you consider the eggs that are in the varoma as well. Okay, and now we're going to add the vegetable stock paste. There we are. So if you haven't made this yet, or if you've run out, make sure you make it because it's liquid gold. It just adds the most amazing flavors to your dish. And I think the best thing about it is you know exactly what's in it because with stock, you just don't know. Yeah, so all right, next thing, white wine. So 150 grams of white wine. Notice how I still have the spatula in there, but it just brings the scales to 0. So for those who are watching for the first time, the scales tear to 0 every time you need to use them. It's really good. Just makes life so much easier. And 100 grams of water in there. And some salt. I've actually added extra stock paste, so I'm not going to add the salt. I'll just leave it behind, and that's all you do. So really, it only has that liquid. It's got that's really heavy because it's full. So it's got the chorizo and the peas in there.
Sorry, Sandra, can I ask a question?
Sure.
Do you, because the peas are frozen, do you reduce the water content because you'll get more water out of the peas?
No, the recipe actually says to add, I'll tell you, the peas already frozen. So straight out of the freezer inside, because we've only added a bit of water, the water from the peas will compensate and you'll get a nice saucy liquid. Yeah, but great question, definitely. Okay, and now all we do is we pop the varoma on. Actually, no, we're not. We are going to cook this first because we don't want to overcook the eggs. So 70 minutes on 120 degrees on speed 3. I'll keep the measuring cup on. When that's done, then we add the eggs on top and it'll finish cooking and steam the eggs. Okay, so whilst that's happening, we'll move over to Helen, who's going to start with the Tuna Mornay. Over to you, Helen.
Okay, everybody. Now you've got to excuse me because it's my first class on Zoom, so I might be a bit nervous. I'm making the Tuna Mornay. The Tuna Mornay has always been our go-to when the kids were young. If I didn't know what to cook, it was really easy, and we would normally serve it on top of boiled rice, but this one is with the pasta. So we'll get started. And what I've already done is I've put 350 grams of pasta. I can't see myself, so can you see me? I don't know. Can you see the pasta? I've already put it in the thermoserver.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can see you.
Yes.
Oh, good. I've already put it in the thermoserver. I've served it. Oh, now I can't see anything.
We can see you. We can see you really well, Helen.
So I've put the pasta in. It says penne. I had some twisty curly pasta in the pantry, so I've used that. I've added the water, I've stirred it a few times, so we'll just leave that till we need it. I've got my oven on at 180 degrees, and my casserole dish is buttered over there, ready to go. Pasta, do that, pasta. See how we can skip some steps. So now I'm just going to put in the tasty cheese, 200 grams. And it is a little bit over, but that doesn't matter. I'm Greek, so I always put extra. And 6 sprigs of parsley. It says leaves only, but I do put some of the stems in. Why waste parsley? And put our lid on. And we'll do that for 3 seconds. It's going to chop it all up. And we'll just transfer 100 grams into a large mixing bowl. So I'm just going to estimate, I'll estimate what 100 grams is because it's not much. There, so it's chopped it up really good. Side. And then panko crumbs, 60 grams. Put our lid back on. And this is 5 seconds on reverse, so it's just going to mix it all up. Now you can make, if you have a look at the tips on this one, you can make it gluten-free. And we've just got to transfer that into a separate bowl. So that's going to be the topping for our Mornay when it's all put together. Yeah. So don't clean the mixing bowl, it says. So I very rarely clean the mixing bowl, even if it says to do it. 1 brown onion in halves. 2 garlic cloves. And I've seen the garlic cloves are really big at the moment, so what's too big? Unsalted butter. I love this recipe because it's just so go, go, go. And 5 seconds on that, mixing it all together. And we keep the lid on, and it's going to cook for 3 minutes. So is anyone going to take over for the 3 minutes, Sandra?
Yeah, I was thinking we can move over to Elia so Elia can get started on the pastry for the quiche. What do you think, Elia?
Yes, but before that, I was going to just talk quickly about the Google Translate app.
Elia, we can do that whilst we've got stuff cooking because we're going to have quite a few things cooking, so we can fill the time.
But I was going to show it on my machine, and I'll be using my machine. You know what I mean? Like, so. Yep. I'll put it over here. I'm not sure if it's if you'll be able to see, but this is the Portuguese recipe, and it says 200 grams of água, which is in Portuguese. Now on my phone, I've got the Google Translate app, and I've said Portuguese to English, and you just press the camera and put it in front of it. And I'm not sure if you can see, but it says 200 grams of water. Are you guys able to see that or no?
Yeah, we can. Very clearly, actually.
Yeah, so that has translated from the Portuguese writing on here. So that's how easy it is to use Google Translate, you know, if you've got a recipe from another country. So I thought that was pretty cool. But back to my quiche. So I thought quiche would be great for today because it is something like I always kind of have this you know, bacon or ham in my fridge because they're used by date. It always expires like, you know, heaps far, and I mean, you don't even need to use this. You could use whatever you have, you know, like chorizo or tuna or whatever. Eggs, I've always got eggs. I've always got cheese. I've always got all those, you know, pantry staples, flour, butter to make the pastry. So it's perfect for, I thought, for this class, and my kids love it, and so does my husband. So I've got 50 grams of cheese. Now this is Swiss cheese or Gruyere cheese. I've got Parmesan. I've got tasty cheese. Okay. So we put it in. I'll move it forward now. And it's going to chop it up. So it's going to be super loud. 10 seconds, B7. I'm going to transfer that into a bowl, and this will be for at the end. I'll sprinkle it on top of the quiche. Okay, so we have a look at how well that chopped it. Okay, I love grating my own cheese, and it's a lot better than the store-bought stuff as well. Okay, and then obviously we're going to preheat the oven to 180. I've got a quiche dish here, so I've just sprayed it with oil, and I always put one of these underneath. So I always just feel like sometimes it leaks, like the egg mixture, and then I don't want to have to clean my oven. So I've got 70 grams of butter, just cut, just cold from the fridge. Then we've got 150 grams of plain flour, some salt and water, 50 grams of water. The salt's already in there. And that's it. Okay, I'm going to mix it up for 20 seconds. Roll that. So I'll push this here so you guys can see rolling that. Already here that it's sounds harder. So transfer pastry onto a silicone bread mat or the flour surface and work into a ball. So that's what it looks like. Okay, and I'm going to turn it upside down, swiggle this little bit so everything comes out, and just the sides, scrape the sides so that it's you make the most of everything. But I'll show you how it's pretty, you know, empty inside. And then just roll it into a ball, and that's it. And then I've got a rolling pin, and I just roll it out to fit my pastry dish. Now I did see on the mixer shop they do have a new rose gold one, which I was tempted to purchase because all the rose gold collection is really good, like their donut trays and all that sort of stuff, the baking, the cake tins. But because I've got my one, I thought I don't need another one. So we just roll it out. Now I'm sure Sandra's better at rolling all this stuff, but look, it works. It, you know, I just follow the steps and it does it, and the kids love it, and it doesn't matter what it looks like, it always turns out good anyway. It always tastes good. So yeah, it's just saying to do it, and then I prick it with a fork as well after to avoid the bubbles. And you don't have to preheat it, you know, with pie weights or anything like that. Like as soon as we're done here, I'm gonna saute the bacon and then and go straight into the mixture, so I don't actually have to you know, put this in the oven. Okay, so I think that's about it. Now I just plonk it on. I don't think you'll be able to see, but I'll move it. Actually, Sandra taught me this, and I should do it with the rolling pin. It is a little bit stuck. Okay, I'll put that there and roll it back over. And I did it too far. Okay. So then it's all on there, and you just with your fingers can, you know, move the excess around to where you need it. And it fits perfect. Like the recipe always, you know, makes the perfect amount of pastry, which is good. Around the edges. And that's it. Have you guys made quiches before, or anything, tarts, or anything that required making your own pastry? Super easy. Okay, and then it says clean and dry mixing bowl, but I'm just going to skip that step because it's not that dirty, and we're just going to add the bacon anyway. So we're going to add, it says 200 grams. Obviously this is 150, but it doesn't matter. So we just add it in.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, you can add whatever you've got. I always add, whatever I have in my pantry, like in my fridge, sorry.
I love doing quiches when I have like leftover chicken, like roast chicken, or
that's good.
Yeah, just chuck it in. It's really nice.
Yeah. So that's going to saute for 3 minutes.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll come back to you. Just let me know when that's ready.
Yep.
So my dish is continuing there in the back. I've popped the aroma on top. So now what's happening is it's cooking the eggs. Sorry. Yeah, it's steaming the eggs at the same time whilst it's cooking the peas and the chorizo down the bottom. So it'll all be done at once. Helen, we can go back to you. I think you'd be ready to go to the next step, I think.
I'm ready to go for that now. So we've cooked the onion and the garlic. So I'll just scrape it down, but it smells delicious. I wish you could all smell it. I'll just do that. And we've just got to add 2 tablespoons of plain flour, 350 grams of milk. We're making a Mornay sauce, remember? 350 grams. And I tend to have a heavy hand, so I've got to go really slow towards the end. And that's it. This. And 4 seconds. Just mixing it up. And keep the lid on. And we're going to cook for 6 minutes. So Sandra, you can go off now for 6. I've got 6 minutes on this.
Okay, great. We can go back to Elia, I think.
Hey, I'm
Elia?
back. Yes,
Yeah?
I'm back. So there was 1 minute left, but really it's not going to matter because it's going to cook in the oven anyway. But it does take to drain the bacon through the simmering basket and discard any fat. So you can do that. This one I'll just put in here. And I put a bowl underneath so that it catches all that all the oil and all the fat, and it will sit there and just drain while we move on to the next bit. And we've got 4 eggs. Put 4 eggs in there. We've got 50 grams of milk. Now it says creme fraiche, or pouring cream or thickened cream. I've got sour cream, and that's the beauty of this because you just use whatever you've got. So I've got 100 grams. Yeah, I've got sour cream, but you can use cream, any cream, salt and pepper, and that's it. And now this is going to just mix it up for 30 seconds. In the meantime, I can already see this draining because I've already got a whole heap of oil. You can see it dripping. That's perfect. You can add spinach, whatever, capsicum, anything you like. And then we're going to arrange the bacon pieces inside the quiche. Inside the top, yep. And then sprinkle the cheese on top. So I've got this cheese that I grated earlier. So sprinkle it over the top. Yeah.
Hey, Ellie, if you can just move your camera a bit.
Sorry. Yeah. So I put the bacon, I've sprinkled the cheese. And then I'm going to pour the mixture over it. How quick was that? And now this is going into the oven for 35 minutes, 30 minutes, 35 minutes. So this I made the other day just for lunch. I'm at home with the kids, quickly did it in the morning. They're always hungry at 11 o'clock when I'm trying to watch the Gladys report. But, you know, they ate this with some salad and it was perfect. And how quick was that? Like just me chatting to you guys, you know, 5 minutes, not even, and it's done. And then it'll just go in the oven. So it's perfect.
That's what I was just going to say. Like, it blows me away. Like, I've been using a Thermomix for 7 years. And these little things still blow me away. How you can make a pastry from scratch, have it in the oven, and what? That took you 10 minutes, not even.
Exactly. Yeah. I made it at 9 o'clock, put it in the oven, and then they ate it with salad, like for lunch today, the other day. So how good is that?
Yeah,
so
perfect.
And I hope you guys, enjoyed watching.
Thanks, Celia. That was amazing. Thank you.
Nice.
Okay, so I think, Helen, I'm not sure if you're ready, probably not. So we can hop over to Tina, who's going to start with the gnocchi. Love gnocchi. Go, Tina. Hang on. Where is Tina?
Unmute. Hi.
Oh,
I've already boiled the potatoes. Okay, so because that needs to be cooled down a bit. So all I've done was I've cut the potatoes down into this thickness. Okay, it's not really thick. Can you see that? Okay. So I put them in the varoma and they cooked for about 20 minutes, and because they were quite big, I had to put another 5 minutes cooking time on it. Okay, so they've cooled down now. So I've got them in there. So I had to clean and dry the bowl. We'll just go next, put the cooked potatoes in there. They're in there. Add reserve 100 grams of flour. Next, 2 tablespoons of semolina. Measuring cup on. Just 10 seconds on speed forward. Scrape down the bowl. Okay. It's nearly there. Look, it's all come together really nicely. Okay. So just pushing it all down the sides. Add 1 egg. And a teaspoon of salt. Lid goes, MC goes back on, and we're going to knead for 30 seconds.
okay. So whilst that's happening, maybe, Helen, are you ready to go to your next step? If you've only got a little bit to go, maybe you can stop it.
I'm ready to go now. So that's cooked. It's done the bechamel. So all I've got to do is add the tuna. So it's a can of, I've used the spring water tuna. And I've drained it. And so it says to use a can of sweet corn drained. It should be about 250 grams. Oops, sorry, that's the cream corn. 250, I think it usually works out. But I use whatever's in there because why waste, you know. Can't leave a little bit around. So there's 244 grams there. A can of cream corn. Now, you know when I make chicken and corn soup, which I love the one on Cookie Do, I always add a can of cream corn in it because it adds extra substance and extra flavour. So I love the cream corn. And paprika. It says a 1/4 teaspoon, but like I said, I'm Greek, so I'll put 1/2 teaspoon. And salt. Now I do add a little bit more because it's spring water tuna. It's quite. So I'll put almost a teaspoon of salt in there. Some black pepper I won't put in because Chris can't do pepper. And tablespoon of lemon juice. As we said, we've got heaps of lemons. Anyone want lemons? Please let me know.
Yes, please.
I'll leave a bag of lemons on the veranda. I've got so much. I've preserved lemons. I've grated lemons. I've frozen juice. I've still got heaps more. So this is just 5 seconds reverse. With cheese and parsley mixture. So what I'm going to do is actually, I try to jump a step here. I'm going to put it into my baking dish already because we're going to just mix. Whoops, other way. Helen, sorry. There you go. Big adjustment. This one. Put that in there. Oh, this is the tuna and all the mixture there. Look at that. Makes a heap. Really makes a heap. I have a lot of customers that go, or potential customers that go, but it won't feed my family. But I find so many of the recipes are so good for big families, and you can always freeze this up to 3 weeks in the deep freeze. After I've drained, and we'll just add that to the mixture too. Look, it's filling my baking dish up.
I remember when I first saw a Thermomix in action, it was making bechamel sauce, and it totally sold me on the Thermomix, how it can make a bechamel in 11 minutes. That wasn't really a bechamel, but it was roughly. And no stirring. It was amazing.
Well, this is where I find a lot, because you know how we make the siccio or the lasagna, the Greek pasta bake, to be able to make 1.5 litres of bechamel sauce in 12 minutes without having to stand there and stir. I buy it just for that, really. So I'm just stirring the bechamel now with the tuna and the pasta to combine it. I don't think I can already. I can smell if there's enough salt. I'm one of these people that works by smell, so I can smell there's enough salt and pepper in there. And that corn just is amazing. And then I think we just have to put the reserved breadcrumbs on top. I think that's pretty good. My husband better like it. Breadcrumbs on top. That's with the cheese, remember, and the parsley.
And how good also that you can make your own breadcrumbs. You don't need to use that dry stuff from a packet.
Well, we always end up, we don't go through a loaf of bread. So, yeah, I do make my own breadcrumbs, and you can put your own seasonings in there.
You can freeze it too. Like you can have a bag in the freezer with your own breadcrumbs and with some herbs and garlic and just have it frozen.
Okay, so this is what it all looks like. Let me just even pull out a little bit. Can you see the top of it there? Is that visible, Sandra? Can you see it there?
Yeah, it looks great.
So, it's going to go in the oven for 20-25 minutes till it's golden brown, and then we serve it warm. So I'm done for this, and I'll show you when it's all ready. All yours, Sandra.
Well, over to Tina.
Hello, I'm back again. Okay, I've put it back on the thermomat and I've brought it all together. Okay, with potatoes, it's very touchy thing. It may need more, it may need less. So just incorporate what it will take. If you put too much flour in, you'll get a real stodgy gnocchi, not a nice fluffy one. Okay, so that's come together. Can you see that? Is that clear enough for you, Sandra? It's not taking. I can do.
No, we can see that perfectly. Okay. Yeah, no, you're doing really well.
Yeah, it still wants a bit more flour, so I'm just bringing it all in. Okay, just keep on doing it.
Hi, puppy.
So what I'll do is just chop it into little pieces, and I'll just show you how to roll it. Just a bit of flour on my hands. Just keep rolling and stretching. I'll just cut it down a bit. Nice big log, about 2 centimeters thick. Here we go. So we'll just go like this. Okay, well, that's a bit big. Just chop that one down. Now, you can run it off the back of a fork. Okay. Now you need the ridges so the sauce can adhere to it. So you'll get a nice a bite of the gnocchi plus the flavour of the sauce. Okay. What you do is just run it off the back of the fork and roll it. My fingers, hang on. Just take the flour off. So, just roll it down. Okay, what you can do too, if you can't get the hang of the fork, okay, just pinch it until there's like a little indentation in there. So you got that option too, okay. I've got a little paddle, so which I do love, okay. So just run it off. So you're getting these really nice little ridges. Oops, you're getting these nice little ridges where the sauce can grip, okay. And then what I do, I just put it on a tray over here like this. Okay. And I'll just keep on doing it. There we go. And you can see how they're coming up.
You make that look so easy, Tina.
It is easy, believe me.
I was thinking the exact same thing. It just makes it so easy. And I'm so scared to try it.
It's so nice to get that little ridges and all that. But if you can't do it, honestly, it's just when you get the little sausage.
Can you do the fork? Can you do the fork thing again?
Yeah, sure. Hang on. Right, just on the back of the. Let me get closer. I do it on the back.
Yeah.
Just roll it down. Whoops.
Right.
Yeah. Not too much flour on it.
Gnocchi on Sunday.
Tomorrow.
I know. I'm doing the Moroccan chicken with the preserved lemons tomorrow from the incredible new book.
With the prongs of the fork, see how they're wider. I don't know if you. Oops. Oh, can't get the angle. Sorry, but they're not. They're more uniform. So I prefer the paddle. Looks better. So just keep on going like that. It's quite easy. I got too much flour on my hands. It's sticking. I've always liked with the fork first. That's how we had it. Then they brought the paddles out from Italy. So that was good. Just little sizes. And with this, the sauces that you can use, gorgonzola, like the blue vein cheesy type cheese, the carbonara, but I prefer the sauce, red sauce. It's just, to me, it's nicer. I'm not really a cheesy person. That sounds funny.
That sounded hilarious. You're anything but.
You can see how quick they are to do, and it can be. You don't have to be really gentle with them. Just throw them on the paper. So in that couple of seconds, we've done a few. I'll run this one off. The paddle, I'll do the paddle again. I must admit, I do like the paddle. There we go. So I've got my water boiling. I'll just show you. The water must be rapid boiled when you're doing it, okay? Otherwise, it's going to sit at the bottom of the saucepan. Okay, so we need a nice rolling boil when you do it. Grab this. When it comes up, salt the water. Okay, don't put oil in it. Don't do that. These are going to be really light. They're very light to touch. I can feel it already. So it's just coming up to a boil. So just grab your paper like this. It's so easy. And just drop it in. Okay.
Tina, do you want to move your camera just a bit so we can see what's in the pot?
Oops. Yeah. Wrong way. That way. So now, because it's gone to the bottom, I just give it a little flick. And you watch how quick they'll come up. It's just a matter of seconds. They just, because the potato's cooked, so it doesn't take much longer for it to come up. And what you can do at that stage while it's on the sheet, if you've made too much for today, put it in the freezer on the tray. Put it on the freezer on that tray, then freeze it. Once it's frozen, put it into the Ziploc bags, and you've got another batch for an emergency day. Here they are. They've just come up right now. There we go. Is that better? See how they've come up?
So you know they're cooked when they float to the top, right?
Yeah. Can you see
I
that?
loved that tip. I would never know that.
See? They've all, that's it. They're done. Okay. What I'll do. Get my thermo server out. These are great. You can buy little Chinese ones, but these are great too. I forget where I got this, had it for years. Just scoop it up. Just drain it off. And put it in your thermo soda. Turn that off. I'm going to come back and I'll just get the sauce onto it. Want to come back to me, Sandra? I'll just put the sauce on it.
Yeah, you just caught me with a mouthful of peas that are really hot.
Ouch.
Yeah, I've just burnt my tongue. I'll just, because I was going to show my dish. So there's my dish finished. What you were saying before, Helen, how, people always have that idea, oh, there's no way the Thermomix can cook enough for my family. This has made 2.6 litres of food. So it makes a lot I cook for 4 adults and 3 kids, and this is plenty. They'll probably still have leftovers. So you can see what that looks like, and you can see how the eggs steamed really well whilst the peas and chorizo was cooking. And it's got quite a bit of sauce. You can see that, and it's just absolutely delicious. So we'll actually go back to Ilham and Elia. Maybe your dishes have come out of the oven so we can see what they look like.
So that's my dish.
Oh, that looks amazing.
The chicken wings on a bed of the rice that was flavored with the onion and chili. And yeah, that's all it is. So not a lot of ingredients, but a whole meal. There you go.
That looks amazing. Looks delicious. Don't forget to take the photo.
How many chicken wings do you use, Ilham?
12 to 16, but they all come fit on this plate. So.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Makes a lot. Yeah.
Sandra,
actually, before I forget, I just did want to mention also the thermoserver. So when I cook something like this, pop it in the thermoserver, keep the lid on. This will keep it hot for hours. And you can get one of these beauties just by hosting a demo. So have a chat to your consultant. If you don't have a consultant, have a chat to me, and I can put you in touch with one of my amazing consultants that would be able to look after you in having that Thermomix demo, so you can get your hands on one of these. Or we've got the round ones as well. I think Helen showed us what the round one looks like, and you can also get the mat that Tina and Elia were using, the thermomat. You can get that heavily discounted just by having a demo as well. They're normally like $60. You can get it for $25, and you get an extra mat as well for that price. So yeah, get in touch with your consultant for that. But look, if you want to get them for free, just sign up as a consultant, because we have a half price business kit this month, and you can join our awesome team of consultants and get all these as freebies, so rather than having to buy them. So yeah, again, if you want more information on that, just get in touch with your consultant. So sorry, Helen, you were saying?
I just wanted to know about your one. Did you just pour the peas and chorizo into your thermoserver and then put the on top when they were finished?
Yeah, so I was going to show you. So thanks for reminding me. So that's how they come out of the Varoma, the egg in the silicone cup. And because I sprayed the silicone cup before putting the egg in, they just pop out like that.
All
there
right.
we go. Yeah, and then I just distributed them on top, and then you just have that with some crusty bread. So I'll show you. Yeah. So you then just pop that on probably a larger plate than this one, and there you go. And that with some crusty bread is absolutely delicious. I guarantee it. Yeah. So this is my mum's go-to growing up. And it's my go-to as well, when you don't know what to cook and you just want something quick and you've got all the ingredients, you probably, if you didn't have chorizo, you could have added bacon, for instance, or some, leftover chicken even, you could have thrown that in, would have worked nicely. Yeah, so, Elia, is yours out of the oven?
Quite still in there.
Oh, okay. Oh, that looks awesome.
But, I forgot to prick it with the fork, so it is sticking up a little bit. But that's okay.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, it still tastes yummy, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so so we'll go back to Tina, because I think Tina's going to show us the red sauce.
Yay! Oh, now look, so simple. I reckon the Italian meals are the cheapest. They're making a fortune, these restaurants. Look, a can of tomatoes.
I love that.
Can of tomatoes, 1 onion. I like garlic, so I'll put 2 in. A good flour, which makes a really, it's going to be a choice flour. It's going to be really nice, and pure. Okay. All that is going to make you the sauce for today. The flour and potatoes was for the gnocchi. That was it, really. And then I've done it. There you go. All done.
I love your presentation.
Yay, and the bottle of wine. Al says, "Are you drinking that?" I said, "No."
Join me, Tina. It's Friday.
You know, I threw
know.
my blades out, so I should be drinking. I don't know what I did, honestly.
Oh no. Yeah, but that dish looks absolutely amazing. And me and Tina did a masterclass a few weeks ago on how to make the gnocchi. And I know I still haven't made it. It still scares me. So silly. But you know what? I'm going to give it a go. And if you guys give it a go as well, let us know. Play us on our socials how you go.
I'm still
you
rolling.
make it look so easy.
It is easy, believe me. And if you stuff it up, just roll it again. And there you go.
Do it again.
That look, I just love that. You see all the ridges on it.
I know.
Yeah, that paddleboard's pretty cool.
When I made mine, because I couldn't work the fork thing and I didn't have one of those paddles, I just left them around.
But the fork's easy, honestly. It's just...
They were so fluffy. I couldn't believe how soft they were compared to the shop bought ones.
Yeah, it's just nice. I get a tummy ache when I have the shop bought ones. I don't know why.
You can imagine, you know, the shop bought ones which aren't even in the fridge section.
Oh, God.
They're in, can you imagine all the crap? That's in something like that. They're like a chemical storm in there.
Oh, there we go. Let's get rolling.
So you can have a nice lunch tomorrow with your gnocchi.
I have to sneak my son over.
Naughty.
Oh, he's single. He's on his own. So instead of me going over there, he can come here.
Yeah, I think they're allowed, aren't they? You know, if they live on their own, they're allowed one support person. Yeah. That's okay. Okay, ladies. Well, I think we're done and we're right on time. 8:34. We've kept our class to 1 hour. How good are you? I just want to say how proud I am of my team. So for those of you who are meeting us for the first time here on our Zoom cooking class, my name is Sandra Philippe. I'm not sure if I said that in the beginning, but I'm a team leader for a team called the Blade Runners, and we're located in Southwest Sydney. And obviously these lovely ladies are some of the consultants that are in my team. And didn't they do a wonderful job tonight in presenting their dishes? They do look fabulous. Thank you, Christine. I'm so happy you enjoyed it. Keep a lookout for your email, for my email, and I'll send all this information for you on an email, and also information on our upcoming cooking classes. So more are going to be uploaded for the next few weeks. And I've got a few suggestions on the chat, which is great. A fussy kids cooking class, and I've been meaning to do that one for so long because I have 3 very fussy kids at home. I was just saying the other day that I wasn't lucky with one. I didn't get one that loved food like their mum. So it's been a struggle for 14 years feeding these kids. So I hear you. I know the struggle. So we'll definitely keep you updated for that one and a few more that are coming up. So if you have any questions, if you want to think about joining the team, if you want some awesome host rewards, definitely get in touch with your consultant. The more demos you have, the more demos you see, the more you're going to learn about your Thermomix and the more you're going to get out of your investment, which is fantastic. That's what we're here for.
And I'll keep on rolling.
It makes quite a lot, doesn't it, in one batch?
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you for coming. And have a wonderful weekend, everyone. And stay safe. So hopefully we can get out of this lockdown quickly. Yeah.
I think I've got about a minute to go on mine, but it hasn't. It's just starting to run now. So I'll post a photo.
Oh, okay. I normally send the photos along with the email of what the finished product look like, because not every time we're able to show the finished product, just you know, depending on time. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so we had 54 people on. How good is that?
Fantastic.
Fabulous. Great work, ladies.
And I'm not sure if Alice is still on. I'm not sure if she's still on, but she asked a question. She said, will the sauce,
Carolyn?
Will the sauce for the gnocchi be included in the email that you'll be sending out with the recipes?
Yeah.
The sauce recipe?
Oh, that's just in the basic cookbook, yeah.
What's it called, Tina?
Oh, let me hang on. I got it tagged. And
Yeah.
everything.
You can let me know, and then I'll email.
It's just a basic one.
Give me
Is it called red sauce or
Tomato
tomato
pasta sauce.
sauce? Pasta sauce.
Yeah, just the
Okay.
tomato.
All right, I'll look it
Yeah,
up.
page 74 from in your cookbook.
Can you use the
Okay.
mint
All
sauce,
right.
Tina?
Sorry?
Can you use a mint sauce like a bolognese sauce with
God,
it?
yeah. Yeah. This sauce I had frozen from the other day. And because it was for the arancini, it's got the peas in it. So yeah. So
Nice.
let me taste it. Oh, they are light. Yum.
You're making us jealous.
But they must be eaten hot. They've got to be eaten hot.
Yeah.
I'm still going. Oh my God. But it's so easy to freeze, and you got a batch ready for,
Yeah, that's a great idea. You spend some time make a lot, and then you've got it ready to go for a quick meal where you don't want to be fussed in in doing a lot.
I told my granddaughter I was doing this tonight. She's, oh, Carol, come, I'll help you roll.
Oh, bless her.